Hello everyone, Archana is here. Welcome to the 14th session of presentation ICSE Class 10 Paper 1 English Language. In today's session, let us deal with a grammar topic, subject-verb agreement. What is the subject-verb agreement? Who should agree with whom? Come, let me tell you. Subject-verb agreement is a very important concept in English grammar. So a sentence, here in subject-verb agreement, a sentence is made up of two parts, that is subject and verb. For example, here subject, that tells us what the sentence is about. It can be either a noun or a pronoun. Noun, for example, pen, pencil, eraser, scale, bag, Arun, Vikram, etc. Pronoun, he, she, it, they, etc. So it can be either singular or plural. The noun or the pronoun can be either singular or plural. And the next part of the sentence in subject-verb agreement is the verb. That verb represents the action of a sentence. Verb represents the action of a sentence, that is, was, are, were, went, etc. etc. Now, how to make the subject and verb agree? This is the question. How to make the subject and verb agree? So first of all, what you have to do? You have to identify the subject of the sentence. Next, decide if the subject is singular or plural. And lastly, decide which verb form will match with the subject. So these are the three steps you have to keep it in the mind to make the subject and verb agree. Once again, I am repeating. The first step is identify the subject of the sentence. Second, decide if the subject is singular or plural. And the third step, decide which verb form will match with the subject. Subjects and verbs must agree in number. If the subject is singular, the verb must be singular. For example, she is a teacher. Now, she is a teacher is a sentence. Now, let me tell you how to divide this sentence into grammatical structures and forms. Word by word, let us start. She is a pronoun and it's a subject in this sentence. It is a singular present tense verb. An indefinite article. Teacher, singular common noun, object. So here we have divided a sentence according to its grammatical structures and functions. So now let's concentrate on subject-verb agreement. In this sentence, subject is the pronoun she and the verb is. Since the subject she is singular, the singular form verb is used. Likewise, if the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. For example, they are teachers. In this sentence, subject is the pronoun they and the verb is are. Since the subject they is plural, the plural form verb are is used. One more example. The quality of the apples were not good. This is a sentence. In this, subject is the quality of the apples. We are not speaking about the apples, we are speaking about the quality. And the verb is were in this sentence. But since the subject, the quality of the apples is singular, the singular verb was should have been used instead of were. So the correct sentence is the quality of the apples was not good. It is not were not good. Here we are not speaking about the apples. Here the subject is the quality. We are speaking about the quality of the apples. We are not speaking about the apples. So the subjects and verbs must agree with one another in number. It might be singular or plural. So if a subject is singular, its verb must also be singular. If a subject is plural, its verb must also be plural. Now, let's deal with the rules of subject-verb agreement. Rule number 1. The subject and verb must agree in number. Both must be singular or both must be plural. For example, the car belongs to my brother. Here in this sentence, the car is the subject and belongs is the verb. The car is singular. It is not the cars. So singular verb belongs is used. If the sentence is in plural form, that is the subject is in plural form, the cars, then the plural verb is used, belong. The cars belong to my brother. Here the subject is singular, so that the singular verb belongs is used. Next example, they also play football. Here they is plural, play is plural verb. Rule number 2. The number of the subject, might be singular or plural, is not changed by words or a phrase that come in between the subject and the verb. For example, here, one of the boxes is open. Here you might be quite confused because boxes and singular verb is. For example, there are 10 boxes. In this sentence, we are not speaking about all the 10 boxes. We are speaking one among those 10 boxes. So, one of the boxes is open. So, here the subject one and the verb is are both singular. So, rule number 3. Some subjects always take a singular verb even though the meaning may seem plural. So, such kind of subject, we call it indefinite pronoun. A pronoun that does not refer to any person, amount or thing in particular. For example, anything, something, someone, anyone, everyone, everybody. All these words come under indefinite pronoun. So whenever you find indefinite pronoun as a subject, then the subject will be followed by singular verb. For example, here, someone in the game was hurt. It is not were hurt, it is was hurt. It is not mentioned particularly which person is hurt. Next, rule number 4. The following words may be singular or plural depending upon their use in a sentence. Some, any, all, most. Example, most of the news is good. Singular form. Most of the flowers were yellow. Plural. Next rule. Rule number 5. Subjects joined by and conjunction are plural. Subjects joined by or nor take a verb that agrees with the last subject. For example, here, Bob and George are living. Neither Bob nor George is living. Rule number 6. There and here are never subjects. In sentences that begin with these words, the subject is usually found later on in the sentence. For example, there were 5 books on the shelf. Were agrees with the subject books. So that there were 5 books. In this sentence, there is not the subject. It cannot be a subject. So we are speaking about books. So the word books is a subject, not there. So the verb were is used. That is plural verb and plural subject. Rule number 7. Collective nouns may be singular or plural depending on their use in the sentence. For example, the orchestra, is playing a hit song. Here, orchestra is considered as one unit, so singular. The orchestra were asked to give their musical backgrounds. So here, orchestra is considered as separate units. So it is plural. Rule number 8. Some nouns, while plural in form, are actually singular in meaning. For example, name of a subject like mathematics, economics, physics, statistics, etc., or name of a disease like measles, rabies, etc. Here is an example. Mathematics is an easy subject for some people. Here, mathematics is the subject. Is a verb. So, mathematics is a singular subject. It is a name of a subject. Even though there is, the word might sound as plural, but the word is not a plural subject. Got it? So, whenever you find the nouns, even though the word sounds like plural, the verb will remain its singular form. You have to use singular form verb. Rule number 9. Phrases such as together, with, as well as, and along with are not the same as and. The phrase introduced by as well as or along with will modify the earlier word. For example, here, the mayor as well as his brothers is going to prison. Yes, here the mayor and his brothers, there are more than one subject, but we are not speaking about his brothers. Here the main subject is the mayor. We are speaking about the mayor. So, the verb will be singular form. That is. You cannot say the mayor as well as his brothers are going to prison. We have to concentrate on the main subject, that is the mayor. The next sentence. The mayor and his brothers are going to jail. So, here the mayor and his brothers, these two subjects are joined by the word conjunction and. So, obviously, the verb will be in the plural form. In the next sentence, the captain, along with his team, is going to receive the trophy. So, here we are not speaking about his team and the captain. We are only concentrating on the subject, that is the captain. Here, the captain is a subject. He is going along with his team. So, here team is not the main subject. Here the subject is the captain. So, the singular verb is used. Rule number 10. The pronouns neither and either are singular and require singular verbs, even though they seem to be referring in a sense to two things. For example, neither of the two traffic lights is working. Which shirt do you want for Christmas? Either is fine with me. So here, whenever you find either or neither nor, we have to follow with singular verb. In informal writing, neither and either sometimes take a plural verb when these pronouns are followed by a prepositional phrase beginning with of. This is particularly true of interrogative constructions. For example, have either of you two clowns read the assignment? Are either of you taking this seriously? So here, have and are verbs. So that you have to concentrate on the rule here. So, neither and either sometimes take a plural verb. Well, these pronouns, that is either and neither, followed by a prepositional phrase. Followed by a prepositional phrase beginning with of. So at this moment, you have to use plural verb. Next rule. Rule number 11. Sometimes nouns take weird forms and can fool us into thinking they are plural when they are really singular and vice versa. So that words such as glasses, pants, pliers and scissors are regarded as plural and require plural verbs unless they are preceded the phrase pair of. So in which case the word pair becomes the subject. For example, here concentrate towards the usage of subject and verb here. My glasses were on the bed. My pants were torn. A pair of plaid trousers is in the closet. Understood? So next rule. Rule number 12. Fractional expressions such as half of, a part of, a percentage of, a majority of are sometimes singular and sometimes plural depending on the meaning. The same is true, of course, when all, any, more, most and some act as subjects. Sums and products of mathematical processes are expressed as singular and require singular verbs. The expression more than one takes a singular verb. For example, more than one student has tried this. Some of the voters are still angry. A large percentage of the older population is voting against her. 2/5 of the troops were lost in the battle. 2/5 of the vineyard was destroyed by fire. 40% of the students are in favor of changing the policy. 40% of the student body is in favor of changing the policy. 2 and 2 is 4. 4 times 4 divided by 2 is 8. So once again, listen to the examples and just concentrate on the rule, that is rule number 14, and tally with the examples so that you will get the clarification along with the rules and the examples. Next rule, rule number 13. If your sentence compounds a positive and a negative subject and one is plural and the other singular, the verb should agree with the positive subject. For example, it is not the faculty members but the president who decides this issue. Here in this example, in this sentence, as the rule goes, if a sentence compounds, means joins a positive and a negative subject, if the sentence has both negative and positive subject, here negative subject is the faculty members, that is not the faculty members, and the positive subject, the president. So, whether it is singular or plural, the verb should agree with the positive subject. So, in this sentence, the positive subject is the president. So, the verb will be singular, decides. It is not the faculty. It is not faculty members. In the next sentence, it was the speaker, not his ideas. So, here the subject, the speaker and ideas. His ideas. So, the speaker is the main subject. We have to concentrate on the speaker. So, that has provoked the students to write. So, the verb will be in the singular form. Has is the verb is used in this sentence. Once again, it was the speaker, not his ideas. We are not speaking about the ideas here. We are speaking about the speaker. So, what the rule says here, if a sentence has both positive and negative subject, even though it is singular or plural, we have to concentrate to agree with the positive subject, to agree the verb with the positive subject. Here the positive subject is the speaker. It is not his ideas. Got it? So the verb has is used in this sentence. That is, singular verb has is used in this sentence. Next rule, rule number 14. When two singular nouns joined by and refer to the same person or thing, the verb is singular. For example, the captain and coach of the team has been sacked. So, students, here how are you going to identify the subject, whether it is a singular or plural, even though the two subjects are joined with the help of the conjunction? It's easy. You have to just concentrate on the article used before the subjects. Here, captain and coach are two different subjects. Right? Now, right? Captain and coach. But here, only one article is used in front of one subject. That is, the is used in front of the word captain. That is the subject captain. So, the captain and coach is a single person. The same person is captain and even the coach. Understood? So, the captain and coach of the team has been sacked. So, singular verb has is used in this sentence. Look into the next example. The captain and the coach of the team have been sacked. Here, two articles are used in front of two different subjects. That is, the captain and the coach. So, it is two different people. The captain and the coach are two different people. So that here, plural verb have is used in this sentence. So, here we have winded up subject-verb agreement. Let's sum up. First, what you have to identify the subject, that is the person or thing doing the action, and the verb, the action word in a sentence. If the subject is singular, the verb describing its action should be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb should be plural. Here you can see the table. Verb, singular subject plus verb, plural subject plus verb. Now, be form verb. Be form is, was, are, were, etc. etc. Be form verb is used in the sentence. The result is significant. Plural form, the results are significant. Do form, the student does her best. The students do their best. Become, the child becomes happier. The children become happier. Cause, that tree causes hay fever. Those trees cause hay fever. Analyze, the author analyzes the text. The authors analyze the text. So, students, subject-verb agreement is one of the most basic parts of English grammar and commonly repeated in exams. Reviewing and practicing above rules along with few questions or examples for each will help you fully understand subject-verb agreement and avoid many of the common mistakes or errors that occurs in the examination.